Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Check out. 1, 6, 3, 4. They can't hang with us.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Check out. 5, 6, 5.
Check right. Under 10, 10.
On second down, it's Pollard. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
T, let's go. All right, T. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Clear. God.
On third down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Austin. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Love. Eluding the pressure right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Burke. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And given 4 yards there, it'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Showing it, showing it. Shift. Alert flare, flare.
From the 38, Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. The D-tackle, Sheldon Richardson, came barreling in for the sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, check. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Hey, orbit. All you need is a headache.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? #1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. #2 goal is win your division. #3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Guys, out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
All day, all day. Check off Nelson. Off Nelson. Go.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Check out. Right, 40. Check 53's Mike. Double dog. Now check out.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let him know. Out. Pistol.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, watch the ball.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Out. 3 down. Out. Eyes on 85.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Check out. Right, 40. 11. 44 is the mic.
Boys.
Here we go. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic.
After the interception, it's Love. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On first down, Johnson. Johnson with a first down or more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with it.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Mexico. Switch.
On second down, Pollard, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So we got man.
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll make it third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he's got his man. That's Landry. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Let's go. Hey, alert! Back and go full strength. Switch.
Following the penalty, Chubb. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Pick 6, baby.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
That's it, baby.
And there's a run to be happy with. good, solid yardage, he'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
On second down now, Pollard, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Run for Pollard. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over, first and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back in pass rush. They've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
He finds Beckham complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Not today, you are. Not today.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let go.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be second and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Mayfield with it once more. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. First and 10 at the 45. And again, it's Mayfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Alert, 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 alert.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Play action. It's locked. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom! Big hit all day.
So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, fellas.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They run it again with Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Alert, 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 alert. Check. Kings, Kings, Kings. Check out route.
Here's Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Luck. Screenplay, Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 40 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Luck. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burke. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
51's the mic. Yeah. Shit. 51's the mic. 51.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. They shakes him off. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
Out of the gun, Luck. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
On 2nd down, Pollard. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Right, 622.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check, 53's Mike. He's scared.
That's caught at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the gun, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Alert 33.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm coming.
This thrown quickly out to Cooper. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Y'all not ready? 12.
Let's go, let's go. Here we go.
Hey, Echo.
53, Mike, 53.
From the 31, Luck. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Luck now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Go. Bring it.
Here's Pollard. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
No chance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Luck forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Christian Kirksey. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Luck. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Christian Kirksey. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Check the backer, check the backer.
11.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 17.
Switch.
Kings.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now Austin. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Folks, look out. 627. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Motion, motion, motion.
On 2nd and 11 now. Luck flushed out right. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. We got it. We got it. We got it. 53's the mic. 53 is the mic. Danny.
Throwing his line. And the catch made by Johnson. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Mayfield looks to throw, rolling to his right. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor, and it's 3rd and short. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
Back. Regular.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
You go. 40. Got it. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Wildville.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Mike Spopo. Target, 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 target. Slam, slam, slam. Check, check, check.
A shotgun snap for Love. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for the Cowboys. 58 yards. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Dallas, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.